What is up, everybody? We are back in the building. We have an incredible show for you tonight. I'm linked up with my boy, Mr. Viral from the Viral Way podcast. Say what up, Viral.
What's the deal, y'all? We in this thing, man. The viral way. Y'all know what to do. Share, like, subscribe to the channel. Run us up. Algorithm gang. What's the deal, man? We in here. Viral way. Bang.
Okay, so guys, a couple of weeks ago, actually, everybody was on my case because I did a show about this swirling couple on YouTube called The Queen of Kings. Even the name of this shit is all messed up. The Queen of Kings, where basically a black woman named Rose has married a white man. I don't even know his name. Y'all could tell me what his name is in the comments. She basically married this white guy. They met under some shaky circumstances. Thank you, Neff. I appreciate it, sister, on the Cash App. I see you. 18. Thank you for the $18 holler, my sister. I appreciate you. Thank you for the happy birthday. Look. But I know what rose that is. Anyway, all roses are horrible. Just know that when she's Rose, if she tells you her name is Rose, if she tells you her name is Rose, run for the hills. No, I'm just kidding.
Get
But
up out of here.
so the whole thing is this lady, Queen of Kings, she's just a typical swirling couple. The black woman is married to the white guy. The white guy's like, yo, I'm basically uh getting the best piece of pussy I've ever had, the best, probably aesthetically pleasing piece of ass I've ever had. And the black girl is basically getting to publicly put on display what she believes is the answer to her prayers, a white guy, because in some way she's convinced herself that the reason why she's failed at every relationship she's ever had is because she's dealing with black men. It's nothing internalized. It's just they don't ever think it could be them. It's definitely the men that they're forced to date. So once they get with the white man, this is gonna work out. Well, I made a video a while back, and I made some serious assertions about this girl. She basically met this guy in a casino in Las Vegas while she was on another man's arm. As a person who's been of Las Vegas, that's giving prostitute. And I basically went on this whole narrative about how I think that this lady was just actually a prostitute. The guy's name, I don't want to call him John, but I think John was a John, right? Guys, tell me his real name, please. But I think the guy was basically just like a trick who, you know, was able to get into a close relationship with a prostitute, and ultimately they started making YouTube videos that were successful, and they end up getting married and all that, and he agreed to take on her two bastard children. you know Everything women say they want, everything these type of women say they want. Look, you met me as a prostitute on another man's arm in Vegas, but don't judge me. um I'm basically a breeder for some Pookie, right? I think the guy's name is Adonis, the Pookie who she has these kids by. I'm a breeder for Pookie, but don't judge me. And you need to accept Pookie's kids like they're your own, right? This guy hit every simp level, like every simp point he hit on the head. He did every single thing that you told her that these women tell you they want you to do, right? And this is one of those reasons why men tell you avoid single mothers, because it doesn't matter what you do. Eventually, you will be placed in the same position in their mind as they've placed every other man that they've been with before you. And if a woman can basically accept no accountability for her actions after producing multiple kids for degenerates, you should know at that point that this person is somebody who is psychologically unhinged. But bro hit every simp point. Oscar Steph was like, he's the biggest simp ever. Yeah. So this guy hit every simp point. I mean, he lets this girl take the lead. She basically bosses him around. He's like 6'4", about 320, and she's all of 5 foot nothing and about 110 pounds. She runs the relationship. She's in control, right? She decides if they're gonna move or stay here or do this. He basically relinquished his manhood over to this chick. And now we're seeing the results of these relationships, how they always end up. She has went into full psychological meltdown, even going as far as to cut her hair off, and he's basically left standing there trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Well, bro, she happened. Everywhere she go, with these women, everywhere they go, there they are. You look. It wasn't nothing special. What you had with her was nothing special to her. It was just your turn. She produced your children. You thought that created some type of bond between you and her. In reality, bro, she produced children for a damn pookie. So clearly, pushing out kids ain't no doesn't give her any sense of attachment to a man, because she had you run up on her damn baby daddy in Atlanta when you simped up and flew out there to act like her personal bodyguard as she went to go take her kids back from her baby daddy because she didn't want her kids around his new girlfriend, right? Um uh Let me play this video of the meltdown, and then y'all could kind of see what's going on. So it was typical. Look, we're swirling. We're happy. Girl, go get you one of these, because once you marry or get with a white dude, your life's going to be changed for the better. Well, now, fast forward, her life was, I guess, changed for the better, but it's not changed for the better anymore. Now she is engaging in public humiliation rituals on this white guy. She's literally doing him the same way many black women do black men, which is the public shaming. So if marrying the white guy was the answer, why are you still finding yourself in the same situation that you always end up in? Let's play this.
Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid the deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that
Oops.
I'm the one that
I'm in
paid for this whole fucking life that we live. Let's not pretend that. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. Oh, okay. Let's not pretend. Let's just be very, very real. You told me to put it on live, so I put it on live. So, and then you want to start talking about a glass of wine, and then you want to start saying, "Oh, are you not going to talk?" After I was just sitting here silent before we even live. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. So what are you talking about? Oh, okay. Let's be real.
Listen.
Because you got an argument with
Bro,
I pretend that I'm
Listen,
the one.
listen.
bro.
First and foremost, ain't no woman, wife or not, gonna talk to me like that in my own fucking house. You start talking like that, it's time for you to go. And I tell these men, don't be sitting up letting no woman put her name on a lease and you ain't on it and all that stuff. All they use that stuff for is leverage to disrespect your ass publicly. Like, she went on live and did that. Like, let me go on live so that everyone can see me talking to this man any old kind of way while he got the baby that I pushed out for him in his arms. Bro's coming off as non-combative. He might say something slick, but he ain't jumping on live trying to humiliate his wife. You see what I'm saying? That's what. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
This is what it is, bro. This is what ladies gotta understand. Your mouth is the same. Like, you being a woman and not being able to control your mouth is the equivalent of a man not being able to control his hands. Your mouth is abuse. So if you don't know how to shut the fuck up and talk to a man with respect, that's the same as a man who don't know how to control his emotions and is slapping the shit out you. It's literally the same. Men handle problems with violence. Women handle problems with their mouth. If a bitch cannot respect you enough in your own house to not blast you on the fucking internet for the world to see, her disrespecting you and emasculating you as a man, that bitch gotta go, bro. And this is the problem with westernized women. This ain't a black woman thing. This is a westernized woman thing. This is a women in the US problem because the forces that be give these women power. They give them extra rights and all type of extra shit that makes them believe they can talk to a grown man who can literally demolish them. Like, mind you, we can kill you with our bare hands. So what makes you think you can just talk to a grown man like this? Like, do you know if he just lost his mind and lost control of his emotions and just went into a rage and treated you like a man, he'd probably unalive your ass. But the fact that you gonna sit up there on your fucking high horse talking to this man like this, that just lets me know how oblivious these women are. Like, literally 2 hits, your face is broken in half. You're done for life. Why would you talk to a person like this who is capable of doing this to you? Not only that, it's this whole phallus of date a white man and you're going to live a life of luxury. They don't go 50-50. Their wives don't have to work. First of all, you weren't raised around white people. You didn't grow up with white people. You weren't involved in the intricacies of white families. You have no fucking idea how these people operate. Most people are going 50-50 of some sort in this economy. 60-40, 70-30, you know what I'm saying? 45-55. Most people are splitting bills, and that's all races. But only these dumb ass black bitches think that every other race is not doing this shit. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Are you not paying attention to the economy? Do you not know how much things cost? Do you not know how much people make? All of this information is public fucking knowledge.
Well,
It's not a secret. We can look this up. We can see what people make across the board. Then we can go and look how much things cost across the board. And you will be able to see that majority of men, like 90%, cannot afford to give you this luxurious lifestyle.
hey,
So
Dell, we
no,
gonna
grass isn't magically greener because his skin is whiter. That's a phallus that these dumb ass delusional bitches who don't even have a man at home is feeding y'all on social media because their hatred for black men runs so deep that they're gonna get online and tell blatant fucking lies like this
well,
bitch is doing.
well, Donnie, is that Donnie? Dell Hanma. Well, Donnie Williams. There's a couple people defending Rose in here. I will give you guys the link and let you guys come up. The point I want to make about this is this: it's almost like every black woman I've met in an interracial relationship where they've actually been honest enough to talk about their relationship, they're paying for these white dudes. And this lady Rose is no different. Even in the video, she said she played it and she marketed it like she met this white dude. He's extremely successful, right? He's kind of just doing whatever he wants. He's her big, strong white knight and she makes YouTube videos and stuff. She never talks about the monetary aspect, right? But if you just look at it from a surface level, you could kind of see that they're living off of YouTube money. People try to go to like more extremes with videos as their views dip. You know they're living off of YouTube money. If my views dip, I don't have to get on here showing my ass or talking about boob jobs and stuff. And like she does, she always appeals to like this sexual stuff, like when her views are low. But basically, she's like, I'm the one who put the down payment on our house. I'm the one who bought our Range Rover. I'm the one who did this. I'm the one who did this. Now she's upset. She's going into psychosis. So one thing about women is they have to tear you down in the eyes of the public first before they can justify in their mind actually separating from you after they've presented you to the world as being the best thing since sliced bread, right? So that's what this is. She has to shame them. She has to make them appear to be a deadbeat, which I do think he's a deadbeat. But my definition for deadbeat is totally different from hers. She thinks a dude who is a deadbeat is someone who's not paying her way. I think a dude that you talk to him like that and don't knock the fucking taste out your mouth is a deadbeat. Because you're not gonna humiliate me in front of my fucking kids, like just like I'm not gonna humiliate you in front of our kids and on the internet like, nah, I'm not gonna hit you, but I'm definitely probably gonna snatch your ass up and throw you up out of my shit or something like that.
Listen, bro.
That's just
What
but
Sugar Free said, I
no
never hit a woman, but I slapped the shit out of a bitch.
she was beyond disrespectful, bro. Like she was past the point. But what I'm saying is this ultimately. This lady and this guy, they are a prime example. Like, we literally have friends. Like, we got a man. Listen, I got a friend who put a white dude through medical school. The day bro graduated, he told her he don't think it's gonna work out. She was working 2 fucking jobs, putting this white dude through medical school. I got another friend who was busting her ass. It's not even my friend, right? Anyway, we got a friend who was working, busting her ass. She wasn't married to this white dude, but they was together and they had kids. Basically, the dude was lying to her, telling her he was in medical school for like 10 years, right? Hey, Ryan, how many years was your friend with that dude lying, talking about he was in medical school? Come on, how many years was it?
Hey, this the cold part, right? These the same women who would say,
10
I'm not,
years.
I'm not going 50-50 with a black man, right? I don't need a roommate. But these same dumbass 304s will get a white man and go 100-0, meaning they are paying 100% of everything, like she was doing. And then getting on the internet, lying, saying, oh yeah, it's so greater on the other side of the fence. He's doing this, he's doing that. But the second she get emotional and he pisses her off, oh yeah, don't forget, I'm funding your lifestyle. I bought this Range Rover. I bought this house. I paid
Right,
for these trips. But online, you're making it seem like he's the shining white knight in armor. And then the
yeah.
rest of these stupid ass, delusional ass bitches get online.
Call them 304s, man. Don't call them. Call them
Okay, excuse me.
304s.
These
They don't start
304s
reporting
get
on me.
online like, oh, I'm gonna date outside my race. Do you not know these guys don't give a fuck about y'all? Y'all are fetishes to them, and unless they can juice you for your money or your fucking box, they don't care about y'all. They're gonna use you and discard you. You can see clearly she's paying for his lifestyle. That's why he's putting up with it. So all the money he's making, he's stashing because he's like, this dumbass 304. She's just happy that my skin is white and she
Right,
willing to pay for everything. But meanwhile, it's a hardworking black man over here that's willing to do everything that she says she want of a man. He just might not make as much money as her or as much money as she thinks a man should make, but he's still willing to pay half. So you got this white guy willing to pay nothing, zero, and that's good enough because he's white. Because really, you want the outside validation from white people to feel accepted in the world. But you got this black guy who will meet you halfway, and that's not good enough. He's a roommate. I'm sick of these 304s, bro.
listen,
I'm not
listen.
holding no more punches with these
Let me
304s.
just say this: the girl Roses clearly was a prostitute. Just when you listen to the way they met and everything like that, she was a prostitute working the casinos in Vegas. If you've been to Vegas, you know how they do. They put on a little tight dress, they go in the casinos. Usually, security catches them, they kick them out. But some of the ones who know the security, they'll screw the security or whatever, or give the security a little like money, and they'll let them in. Right? She was on another man's arm and basically slid this dude her number, and they end up hooking up that same night, right? That's what type of time she's on. She clearly had a pimp who was her baby daddy. That's who this who ended up taking the kids and moving to like Atlanta, right, with another woman. So when you look at the fact that why are y'all just walking all over my shit? I don't give a fuck. Did you knock? Did you say, hey, I'm coming in? All right, dude. Hey, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Wilding.
Dude, don't just walk in my house and just start walking all over the place. You can go to the bathroom. I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? Bruh, y'all doing a lot. My baby Zuri, she could come in. Y'all know
Hey,
good
Dale,
niggas?
you said you
Not
want to scrap.
anywhere. Sorry.
DM me, Dale. We can link up. I'll
But
drop you
anyway,
my location if you want to
yeah,
scrap.
anyway, sorry, I just had to curse out my family where they just rolling up in my shit. Like, anyway, so this is why you can't let your family know where you live at. Anyway, but look, so anyway, it's giving whole energy. So she's a prostitute. I'm trying to tell y'all that. Hopefully she doesn't sue me allegedly, in my mind, allegedly, just based on what I see. She's a prostitute. So for a prostitute, paying for a nigga is normal. So she had no problem. This is how most prostitutes are. They'll pay their pimps way for a long time, but then just one day they'll wake up and realize I'm no longer happy with this situation. Now he's the worst person ever. He's abusive. He did this, he did that. And they're now gonna choose up with somebody else. And that's essentially what's going on with Rose. She's choosing up. She's like, she believes, because believe me, if she's on the internet like this, showing her ass and all that stuff, there's a lot of men in her inbox. Ooh, baby, you so fine. You did. And she probably got some black dude in there who she probably had already smashed, or while he was, because this dude had like went back to the States because they in Hawaii. He had went back to the mainland for like 14 days. And she's talking about my husband left me. That's a bat signal to all the thirsty niggas that's on the social media with her. Like, hey, I'm here by myself. You know what I'm saying? Pussy is open, up for grabs. He's gone. He's back in the States. And she probably just got some dude who's a baller or got a little bit of bread who's fetishizing her as well to send her money, or he didn't slid through and smashed her on the late night tip while her kids were asleep. And now she's done with this dude. This woman is now looking to come up on some other idiot, be just the same way she came up on him. But ultimately, you just know that this girl's like in a state of psychosis because it all starts with the shaving of your hair. When women shave their head bald, that's just they just want attention, right? They're just trying to do that so people could look at them.
Now, you know when they shave their head bald, I'd have had this from experience. This is when they shave their head bald, bro. When bitches don't, excuse me, when 304s don't have no other answer to the degeneracy that they're living, and they like, damn, everything I'm doing it leaves me in ruins. Like every decision I make is a bad decision. My life is fucked. I don't know what else to do, but I'm gonna be celibate and I'm gonna shave my hair, and magically all my problems are gonna go away. Once I stop getting dick and I shave my hair, it's gonna just magically, I'm gonna get the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. This is what women do. If you notice, whenever they shave their hair, they be in like their mid-30s or approaching 30 when that wall hit, because they don't know what else to do. Like nothing that they did worked. All the feminism lies, they start to realize, God damn, that shit was a lie. So what do? They either go celibate and they cut their hair. Every time, I guarantee you, you meet a woman that hit the wall or after the wall, I'm celibate, and they just shave their head and go crazy like Britney Spears. Every time, bro. It's the same fucking playbook. They all read from the same playbook. And it's no difference with her, bro. She was fed this fucking lie. Get you a white guy. You're going to live rich, luxurious. You're never going to have to work another day in your life. They're going to let you walk all over them. You can get anything you want. And they just love the ground that you walk on. And then she found out, guess what? They just like us too. They're still men. They still have the same coating that God gave men. Their skin is just lighter, but they're still men. They still do the same shit all men do. They're just white. So now she found that out. She feel betrayed, and now she want to lash out.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I could understand your position on this if she wasn't already a prostitute. She's used to being around deadbeats and taking care of them. The thing about this chick is she's fishing. She's looking for another. She's been convinced by the internet. See, because one thing about women is this. When women get on the internet and people are like, you so pretty, you so beautiful, they actually believe that shit. They could have been ugly their whole life getting clowned. But if they're on the internet and you're pretty, I mean, people on the internet telling ugly ass Whoopi Goldberg that she's beautiful, okay? Difference is Whoopi Goldberg is not dumb enough to actually believe that, right? These women nowadays, they're gullible. Oh, I'm beautiful. Yeah, I'm this, I'm that, right? And when she had announced on here that when she claimed her husband left her, but he said he was gone for work. People got on there, oh, you should leave his ass, the trolls on the internet. And she started believing, look, I could do bad all by myself. It's the same cycle. She married a bum. This guy's basically a freaking security guard. That's what he is, like a white guy using his size to be for employment, right? Well, with her moving, because they said that he had got $100,000 a year job, and he left that job because on a whim she decided to move to Hawaii. Now I believe that he got the $100,000 a year job, but what type of real man gonna give up $100,000 a year job because his woman, who basically makes money off of social media, says, "Hey, let's leave and go move to Hawaii. The guy's not a leader in his relationship. He's never been, and ultimately it's backfiring on him. He took the path of least resistance, and he benefited from it because he's lived a life of luxury that he never probably would have lived otherwise. But I don't really care how much money you're making. I'm still the leader of my family, and at the end of the day, the final decisions rest with me. I want to play this video where she talks about she's worshiping her husband. See, this is the type of shit that black women do when they get with white guys. All of a sudden, you worshiping your husband and all this stuff. You're trying to. They're fetishizing each other. White men and black women fetishize each other. They're on the same type of time, on the same type of energy. That's why they always find a way to get together. But when you're in a relationship that's based on a fetish, one person's always going to be a taker and the other person's going to have to be a giver to keep the relationship together. And from my experience, I just see these black women breaking their fucking back trying to take care of these white dudes because I guess they think that if they take care of them long enough, eventually they're going to hit the jackpot or they're going to reach the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
But
Check
Brandon,
this out.
this how you know though. This how you know he was a goofy from the jump. He's a white guy playing stepdad to two black kids, or however many black kids he got. So even from the jump, him stepping into the stepdad role when he didn't have to, because he didn't even have no kids of his own, you knew he was a fucking clown anyways. Because what man in his right mind with no kids is gonna come take care of two other kids from a whole nother fucking race that's not his? That don't even make sense. The only reason he did it is like, oh shit,
because he was benefiting.
Listen, I know this stupid bitch is gonna pay for everything.
He's
This
a global.
is finna pay for everything. So I'm gonna play the role. I'm gonna put your little nappy-headed kids on my shoulders and all that. Meanwhile, he don't really give a fuck about they little black snotty nose ass. He just happy that she paying for every motherfucking thing.
Hey, meanwhile,
he don't give a fuck about them kids.
Meanwhile,
bitch, you got this Range Rover. You paying for these vacations. You paying for this fly ass loft, this condo. Meanwhile, I'm doing my security thing and I'm stacking the whole time. I'm not dropping a dime, and you just happy because I'm white. That's what he doing.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, this guy, he won because she pushed out 2 kids by him. He don't got no kids. So that means all the women he messed with, they didn't see no need to have a child for him. This guy is not good looking. He's built bad. Like his body looks crazy. And she pushed out 2 kids by him. Bro is winning. I got 2 kids. She gonna keep on doing YouTube and taking care of them. And all I got to do is sit around and play the role and be a prop for her to use in videos. Bro is winning. Bro winning all day long. He got some gorgeous kids out of her. I mean, the kids look great. I mean, she basically is being what a lot of these black women are, breeders. She first was a breeder for Pookie and Ray Ray, and now she's a breeder for this white guy. And so I would like, I don't know why people take this swirling stuff like it's so deep and all that stuff. Every single swirling relationship, all I see is either the black woman bossing the white guy around, trying to be dominant over him, or she's kissing his ass. And honestly, they boss him around and then kiss his ass because they're like, okay, well, wait, let me kiss some ass so that I don't lose him, so he doesn't like walk out on me. That's how it works. Let me play this video, then I want to get the comments from my sister Chrissy. Let me play this. This is her video, worshiping my husband.
Step in our household, he's simply dad, able to discipline and make all the decisions a natural father would for my sons. I believe this very topic is a huge reason why men are so afraid to date single mothers. Yes, I do worship my husband as an extension of me, as the Bible says, for wives to submit to your husband as to the Lord. Christ is the head of the church, your husband is the head of the household. And yes, my husband comes before my kids because he has the emotional intelligence to not take advantage of that, but to use it for the better good of the entire family. My husband puts my happiness before all of our kids' happiness, as I do for him. In turn, because our cups are not just full but overflowing, we're able to pour so much more into our children, resulting in a happier family overall.
It's just pure bullshit. This lady is literally saying all this stuff and then turns like, I could tell you right now, there ain't no way in fuck Ryan will talk to me like that on a live stream. Like, it'll never happen, right? This lady is just selling these desperate ass, thirsty ass, unaccountable ass black women a dream, a lie. Because the best thing you can do as a woman when you're fucked up is make it about the other person. And they think, and what they say, when all the black men that ran through them and they had kids for every Pookie and Ray Ray in town, now, oh, it's still not me. It's just the men I've been meeting. So she worships him as an extension of herself, all this shit. Is that what she was doing in that video that we just watched? See, when people talk about what they're doing, you usually know that they're fake as hell and they're not really doing it. But people who really do it, they don't talk about it. They just do it. Look at this. Look, I want you to read what these women are saying in these comments. A real woman, a real man makes a beautiful family. It amazes me to see people big mad because this sister isn't struggling, homeless, and begging.
But the bitch is really struggling because she's paying for everything.
She's really struggling. My husband comes before my kids because he has the emotional intelligence to use it towards the greatest good for the family. That's word. People are ignoring the fact that this man has stepped into shoes that are not his own and are wearing the fuck out of them. I love them. It lightens my day to see a happy family, blended or not.
All this show is how easily it is to fool people. I keep
These
telling
people are idiots.
90% of what you see on social media is smoke and mirrors. Anytime anybody is on social media trying to prove to you, complete strangers, how happy they are, they're really miserable because the people that are really happy are too busy being happy to try to prove to a bunch of fucking strangers for some likes. So anytime you see couples going out of their way to prove how happy and glorious and magical their relationship is, I can guarantee you it's dog shit behind closed scenes.
Oh man, listen, he probably done slapped her ass up and all that. Look at this.
Be beating her ass and everything.
Listen, or she be beating his ass. Look, these negative comments are from sad, broken people who obviously haven't been loved. Y'all keep rocking Brett and Rose. His name is Brett. You're raising wonderful people. Okay? So what are these people saying now that that Rose? Now, mind you, this is what I'm saying. If a female is really down for you, even if y'all got a facade going, she gonna keep it going no matter what. She gonna stay in character, right? Because she understand she can't fuck up the money. Rose is fucking up the money, right? But what I understand when it comes to women, and especially women like her, like prostitutes, she is now trying to push Brett out of the equation because she realizes I don't need him. I can do all this on my own, get random dick by all these different dudes that are in my inbox, and ultimately I can reinvigorate my prostitution game while getting YouTube money. And now I have 4 little props called children to use to sell these videos. She doesn't need Brett anymore. It's the same situation that arose with the girl from John and Kate Plus 8. You remember that the white girl and that I think he was Asian and they had all those fucking kids. What eventually happened? Soon as they got famous enough, Kate kicked John's ass to the curb. And this is a trend with women who get the limelight who are not accustomed to the limelight. Like this, look, Kim Kardashian had more loyalty to Kanye West than this little dust monkey looking chick has to her husband, right? Why? Because Kim Kardashian is used to the spotlight. She realized, hey, once the lights go out, the only person I'm gonna have is my husband, right? This chick, Rose, was never loyal to this dude. She never was in a committed relationship with this guy. She was in a committed relationship with herself, and he was a means to an end. I could use this white guy. These views is hitting with this dude in them, right? In these videos with me. The contrast is what was making people click the button and selling them this pipe dream. Now she feels that she's achieved enough notoriety on her own to where she doesn't need him. And all she's doing is basically trying to rebrand her YouTube channel at the expense of this man and his family life. The guy, they're both disgusting, but what she's doing is extra wicked. All she needs is shiesty. She gonna be a pookie. Hey, go ahead, Chrissy.
Hello, Brandon panel. Yeah, so I have seen this woman's videos on my timeline. Like, I haven't like fully watched the BC. I guess it's like the short clips that you see on YouTube, not like the full video kind of reels, I guess, the reels.
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, I did see that I guess her and her husband are broken up. Find it strange. Yes, he did take her with two children. Again, none of us, rather, regardless of the narrative we create on this live, know what's happening in the backstory, but it doesn't look good. It does look like she is, destroying a family that she did have. That's how it looks, right? So I agree with that. But
She was just acting. You can only keep up an act for so long. She just
mhm,
went back to her prostitute. Like I'm telling you, the way she talked to that man, did she not just sound like a damn streetwalker?
I don't know if the one's a prostitute. I'm not going to say that. I don't
No, I'm
know his
just saying, does she
background.
not sound like one?
I don't
Okay,
know if
okay.
it's a
Wait.
streetwalker, but
Okay,
it was definitely
wait.
emasculating.
Let me
So
give you
I
the
would say that.
let me give you the background. She
Okay.
met this man in a casino in Las Vegas while she
Mhm.
was on another man's arm, slid him her number, and that night was screwing him.
Oh,
What
well.
that sound like to you?
Yeah, that sounds like prostitution to me. It definitely does. Um, again, I will say there are, unfortunately, we live in a society where with hookup culture as well. So there's a lot of prostitution that's going around. But to bring things back to reality in the large scope, one thing about social media, it exacerbates. You'll find a niche and it'll exacerbate it, and you'll think that's how the world is running, and that's not necessarily the case. It's just the algorithm. I do want to bring things back because I know the gentleman you have on, what's his name, Mister
Viral, Mr. Viral.
Viral. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, was talking about these 304s and bitches and hoes and all that kind of stuff. Um, Now, just to bring things back to reality, majority of interracial relationships in our race are Black men, not Black women. Let's be clear about that. So, because of that, I don't fully understand the level of emotionalism that at least I'm hearing in this live, because this is a very, very, very small percentage of Black women in relationships. It's so small. It's so small in comparison
No,
to
but Chrissy,
Black. Can I
the
let
thing
me finish
about
my point?
all right, go ahead.
In comparison to Black men, actually, Black men, the rate at which they marry outside of their race, they didn't marry outside of their race, is more than every other racial group combined, right? So I know that we are in kind of a gender war, and this kind of fuels that fire. But just to bring things back to reality, this is a very, very, very small percentage of Black women in the dating pool. So let's also keep that in mind and not kind of like add it to the laundry list of reasons to slander Black women, because
Hey,
she's a very small percentage. She's an example of a very, very small percentage
to
in
be fair,
comparison
to be
to
fair,
Black men. Can I
hold
finish? I'm
on.
almost done. I'm almost done.
I know, but I
In
gotta correct that.
comparison to Black men who marry outside of their race at 25%.
We gotta correct that. They're both small percentages. Yes, Black men may be a
25%
little no, listen.
significant.
Yes, Black men may be a little more, but Black men also have higher marriage rates. So that's the point that you're missing. Is even though yes, they
2%
have
higher.
more interracial dating outside their race, they have higher
Mhm,
marriage rates. So
mhm.
that's what you're seeing. So they're having more successful relationships with Black women and interracially. Black women are failing across the board with Black men and interracially. So
That's
that's
incorrect,
why the
actually.
percentage is lower. It's not that Black men want to date outside their race. It's no, we try to date Black women. These 304s are unruly. They don't want to give men what they want. They don't want to be submissive. They don't want to be anything. They want to be men. And then men go across the tracks and they get better treatment. And that's why you see the rates increasing. So let's keep some context with those percentages. It's not
I
just
will actually bring up
jumping out of their race.
the research, but Black men have I think their marriage rate is about, either, I think I was wrong, it's not 2%, I think
It's
it's
higher than Black women.
7%
Yeah.
higher. 17% higher. Interracially, actually, the marriages that tend to last the longest tend to actually be, funny enough, we're talking about this, Black women and white men tend to have the longest rates. Black men and white women actually have the highest divorce rates of
Yeah,
interracial groups. So that's
black
actually incorrect.
black men and white women, white men and black women stay married because black women be straight up supporting white men. Like,
I don't think that's
listen,
accurate,
let me know. I know it's
because
accurate because
Very
generally white
accurate.
people have
wait, hold on.
more
Let me
of a
give you
net
an
worth than we
example.
do.
Let me give you an
So
example. Now,
I don't.
wait a minute. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Hey, Brandon, look,
Anecdotal.
Brandon, this how that don't make sense. You saying that with white men, what are the divorce rate with black men or any other men? Why is it only with white men? Why? Because they see white as superiority. So when they get a white man, we have this situation right here.
And Black men have the same issue
She's
with
willing to pay.
superiority.
She's willing to pay everything and give up everything that she says
What,
she's want to be with a
And
black
tell
Black
man.
men
me.
have the
Wait,
same
wait,
issue with
okay.
seeing whiteness
Hold on.
as
Hold
superior.
on. Whoa,
Black
whoa, 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 whoa,
people
whoa,
have that
whoa, whoa.
issue.
Wait a minute.
No,
Wait a minute.
no, no. I don't have
Wait a
that
minute.
issue. So don't say
Okay.
that.
Well,
Wait.
you might not as an individual, but
No.
Black people have that issue.
Wait. Let me say this. Okay. So if you look at somebody like Oprah Winfrey, right? Let's look at like Oprah Winfrey or like Kamala Harris, right? These look at Oprah Winfrey and Stedman. Stedman is black, right? But he's like a black version of a white guy, right? He doesn't work. He doesn't have a job. Oprah just pays for him. Most black women who are successful and they're married to white guys, they're paying for them. They're paying their way. A lot of white dudes will straight up quit their job if they got a black woman who's successful. I've seen it too many times. And they always end up the same way. Oh, I was taking care of you. I was doing it. It's the we've heard this
I,
narrative, this story a million damn times. I was
I don't
taking
know. I've
care of
never seen
I was
that. But
yeah, okay. But
Of course you have.
I was paying for everything, this, that, and the other. I mean, go down the look at Holly Berry, that white boy who she married. She was paying for him. She had to end up paying that dude child support. Look at the what's the white boy, Kevin Federline, the dude who married Britney Spears. He was dating that black girl from Moesha. She was paying for him. Dude, you can go down the laundry list of interracial couples where the black woman is paying for that white man who's not doing. I had a podcast called "With All Due Respect" podcast, and there was a girl. She was black. I interviewed her. She was on NCIS Miami or LA or some shit like that, right? That girl had a damn. She came in the studio. Her boyfriend came. Her husband came with her. He was white. So we talking, and the husband just sitting there. He's chilling. He's joking, and we like, yeah, let's bring your husband in to the conversation. We asked this dude, what the hell did he do for a living? That dude said, at this point, I just walk to the corner and buy coffee and go back home and just play games on the computer. I'm like, wait a minute. This is a black woman who's on a major television series, right? She's a black woman on a major television series, and she's married to this white guy, and all this white dude is doing is sitting around the house all day, and they're living in Hollywood. She's paying his way and putting money in his pocket, all that stuff. Just admit it, man. At least with black dudes, yeah, black dudes might fetishize white women. They black men do that, but black dudes will run through several white women just like they'll run through several black women. A black dude usually get with a white girl because she's paying for him. Like if you really look at it for what it is, 90% of the black dudes I see with white girls, the white girl's paying for everything. They're with her because she's a source of income. She's
I
like,
don't know. That's all anecdotal, Brandon. I mean, I was talking stats, but it's all
okay,
it's all
well,
like an anecdotal. That's all I'm saying.
okay. Well,
Your
the
experience.
stats are this: women initiate 80% of divorces across the board. Black,
Right.
white, blue, green, or the other. So
Agreed. And we
that is
never talk about the why. We always talk about that part and not the other part.
here's
Right.
the here's the thing. The why, if the why was significant, divorces would be initiated at like 50%. What
No.
is it
Tell
that
you
a
why.
woman what is it that a woman can't get over that a man is forced to get over. The why is because when a man wants to divorce or leave his family, he's shamed for doing it. When a woman does it, she's celebrated for doing it. When you're
No.
celebrated for doing something, you're going to do it at a higher
Hey,
rate. Go
Brandon,
ahead.
it's deeper than that, bro. I could tell you why.
Go ahead.
You got alimony, you got child support, you got getting the house, you got getting half his 401k, you got getting pieces of his pension. I tell you this, if they change divorce to where, okay, you file divorce, but guess what? You leave with what you came with and what you personally accumulated. I guarantee those divorce rates drop. The only reason they file at 80% is because the system is designed to financially castrate men and benefit women with divorce, and that's why they file so easily and file at a rate of 80%, because they know it's a quick check. They're gonna be paid. I'm gonna get the house, I'm gonna get the kids, he's gonna get the dog, and that's it. And I can go live my hot girl life, my hot girl summer, and go on my girls trips and all that bullshit. But take away the incentive, because they incentivize women to get divorced. Take that away, and divorces will go away, bro. I guarantee you. The only reason they do it is because they know they're gonna get paid. That's it. That's all.
Mr. Viral, I think that is the case for wealthy people. Absolutely.
No,
But
that's
everyday
working
people,
class people as well.
there's no most of the time in the courts, it's straight down the middle. So just the way
That's
you have
cap.
access to his pension, he also has access to your pension. There is
No,
no
that's cap.
favoritism in that.
No,
When we're
no, that's
talking about, because in most relationships, both people are working. You're talking about working class people.
but
You're
the
talking about
men
middle class
usually make
people.
more
If you're
money. That's what
talking
you leave
about,
out.
yes, in those cases where the man is making significantly more, which is not the case in today's world for everyday people.
For
For
every dollar a
celebrities,
man makes, a woman
absolutely.
makes 75 cents. Men
Say it again.
overall make more money. And the courts, they have
Not
they
considerably
have
more.
formulas. The courts don't care about how much more you making. They have formulas. They input your
What's a
income,
formula?
they put it into the formula, and it spits out a number. And 99% of the time, that's what the man has to pay, not the other way around. It's very, 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 very rare that a woman has to pay a man. Very rare. You hardly ever see it. Have you ever been to family court? If you haven't, I suggest you go down there. Men are getting raped and castrated financially every day down
let's
there.
Yeah,
let's let
probably when
let's
when children are involved, that adds another dynamic. If that's what
let's
That
you're
does
let
add
referring
another
to.
dynamic, because these
let's
bitches be deadbeat mothers taking the kids to the grandma house, and they only keeping them because they can get money out the kids. The men be the real parents. Let's keep it real.
Oh,
Let's
oh
look
no,
at the
we're not. That's
outcome.
not keeping
Let's
it
look
real,
at
my
the
dear. That might be
outcome.
your experience.
No,
That
this is
sounds
what
like.
statistics say. Look at
Which
the outcome
statistic
of
says that, my
children.
dear?
Look at the outcome of children raised by single fathers versus single mothers. Raised by single mothers, they turn out horrible. The absolute worst of society. Raised by
Mhm.
single fathers, it's almost being the same as raised by two parents. So this ain't no cap. This is public information. You just talking with emotions. I'm talking
I'm
facts.
talking with emotions.
No, I'm
oh,
talking facts.
okay.
You've been talking with emotions the entire time you came on
Okay.
here.
Let's
No,
go.
I'm talking passionately, but I'm
Let's
talking
let
facts
let's
that you
let
can look up.
Alan. Let's let Alan. Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, I called up because Chrissy was asking why were people being so emotional? Why were people being so having so much vitriol to this young lady? I don't think it's necessarily just the young lady. I think it's this whole cottage industry on YouTube of
Yes,
these
yes.
these divester females who came out and said all this stuff. And what's been proven is that they were frauds all along.
Mhm.
And so that's where my anger for it comes from, because I knew I could see through it from the beginning. But the fact that it's fallen apart, and it's not just falling apart for her, but for several of these kind of women who've been running around doubting black men, how they don't want to talk to black men anymore, and how the white man is better, and this is that, and for all of it to fall apart just by one single strand of string being taken from it, where they were just lying and paying this man's way, and acting just as entitled and as evil as she would for any other man, because it's not just a black man thing. She was entitled, and her needs were a bottomless pit that man or any other man could not fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is where the vitriol comes from. It's because, like I said, the same cottage industry that women would get upset about, where they had men out there bashing black women, right? the women went up there and responded and had their own little movement called divesting. And so this is just the culmination of all that, and that's where the vitriol comes from.
The thing I would say is this: my biggest issue, Viral, he has his opinion, Chrissy has her opinion. That's fine. But my thing is, why don't the women always jump to defend, right? But they never jump to say, well, girl, why did you lie to us all these like years? Why did you misrepresent your situation to us? You got us out here walking past black men, turning our nose up at them, waiting for our white king to come through and save us. And now we realize that this was all a facade. That's how you know that women, when they say this stuff, are disingenuous, because there's never any attention. The fact that they've been lied to is never addressed. It's just like, I hate to do this, but I got to compare it to the election right now with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Everyone's all excited about Kamala. Not a single woman is saying, wait a minute, why did Kamala Harris lie to us for 3 years, telling us that Joe Biden was mentally fit when she knew he wasn't? They don't never care about how the person disrespected them and led them astray. But it's always the vitriol or the energy is always projected onto the man that's involved. Oh, y'all this and y'all finish, and no one asked the why and da da da. Let me just say this.
Are you referring to me, Brandon?
Yes,
No, I'm
He's
just saying
referring
it.
to you. Yes,
Man, listen, I'm talking about in general.
Okay, because I don't follow her content.
I know,
but I know of her.
I know you don't follow her, but I'm just talking about women in general.
Hey, hold on, Brandon. And let me ask you a quick question. She don't follow her content, but automatically she got on talking about, well, why nobody asked the why? If you don't even follow the content,
I said the why in terms of
come to a woman's
divorce.
That's what Brandon means. You automatically, without knowing any other facts, came to the woman's defense. And you just said you don't even watch her content. How do that make any sense?
I didn't come to her defense. What I said was, to be objective, we do not know what is happening behind closed doors. I actually came on because you were again talking about, which I hear a lot. I only hear black men with this 304 whole bitch and all that. I'm like, whoa, what the hell is going on? You understand what I'm saying? So I really came on because of that type of language coming out of your mouth. And that's why I felt the need. When I hear a man disparaging a woman in that way, yes, especially a black woman, I absolutely do feel like, okay, hold on, let's take a step back. Now, let me finish. Let's take a step back. We can create narratives, but we don't know what's happening in these people's bedroom, which is a fact.
No, we're not letting you get that off.
Hold on, Chrissy.
Only hear black men
bullshit.
No.
Yeah.
Go watch the whatever. Listen, go watch the whatever podcast. It's a podcast ran by white men, and they bring white women on, and they have the same exact conversation.
And they call them bitches and hoes.
Yes, they call them the same thing. Yes.
I've never heard that as part of any other group's lexicon.
So go watch the whatever. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not saying there aren't one here and there, but it is a constant. Since I was a child, I have heard out of the black man's mouth calling black women bitch, hole, and all of that.
Viral, wait a minute.
I know, because
and that is a fact.
Wait a minute.
It's in the music and all of that.
They do. They try to overtalk to deny the facts. Go watch the whatever podcast.
I don't have to watch the whatever podcast because it's not a part of their cultural lexicon the way it is a part of ours. It is a part of the cultural lexicon in the black community to call black women bitches and hoes. Since I was a child, I've heard it.
No, I work with white.
I don't need to watch one little podcast.
I talk to.
I live in white America.
I don't give a fuck. I talk to white men every day.
Of course you don't.
And they talk the same way. The same way we talk. That's the same.
My friend, that's one little podcast. That's fine.
Wait a minute.
This ain't a podcast.
Guys, wait a minute. You're telling her to go watch the whatever podcast. She says she's not going to do it. She wants to keep remaining in that narrative.
I know.
What we know as men, because these black women swear they just be all up in white men's faces. Don't know shit, right?
Don't know shit.
I worked at a loan modification company with nothing but white dudes, okay? Married. These white dudes treat their wives like they're freaking hookers.
I'm not saying that they
Wait a minute, Nancy, can you stop interrupting? You just talked. You chose to be ignorant. Now I'm talking. Don't try to jump in. You
Okay.
said you don't even want to listen to the whatever podcast he
And I will
suggested.
tell you why when you finish.
Wait, okay, you can tell
Hey,
me
mute,
what
mute
I'm.
her
Hold
goofy
on,
ass.
I'm not gonna mute her. What I'm gonna tell you is, black women think that they know everything about every man of every other race. That's why they say, "Oh, once I go get me this guy or that guy." I worked at a loan modification company, white collar white dudes. Those dudes was like, every fucking penny that bitch make is mine. That's how they was talking about their wives. What she? I
Yep.
don't know what the fuck she's doing. They, man, white dudes talk, man. Dude, you ever saw the show Married with Children? Remember how Al used to talk about Peg? Of course he couldn't cuss because it was TV. That's how most white dudes treat their wives. That's how most white dudes feel about their wives. They look at their wives like a damn ball and chain, like, damn, now I gotta go talk to the bitch. Like, just look, I'm telling you, this whole idea, it's only in the black lexicon. That is a fantasy myth that black women entertain to make themselves feel better about, just like, I don't know. But I know for a fact, white dudes talk the same way about their women,
Bro, they
dude.
talk more
Well,
vulgar than we do. They
Brandon,
calling them bitches.
Man.
I'm not.
They
I've
calling
never
them
said I
What?
cunts.
know
They
white
call them.
men and
Listen,
their
they love to
thoughts,
call. They
No,
love
no,
to
no.
call
but
women
when it
cunts.
comes to
No, you know
media,
the
No,
wait,
we
wait,
don't
wait,
care
when it
wait.
about what
comes
you
to
You
talking
know,
about,
media,
Chrissy.
you know the
black
word that
men
they
lead
We
in
don't
do.
care
You
about
media
what you
where the
talking
world
about,
can
Chrissy.
see,
All you showing
calling
up.
have
their
you
women bitches and
have you
hoes.
whoa
No,
have
They
you
Chrissy,
ever
lead.
we
have
don't
White
you
care
men
about
do.
ever
what you
There's
talking
no
about.
other racial group
We
of
don't
men that
care about
lead
what you
okay
in
talking
media
about.
in
okay
public.
No,
I
no
don't
let
we
her
know
don't
what
care
talk.
about what
happens
you
in
talking
Wait
private,
a
about.
minute, wait a minute.
but
Have you
in
ever been
public,
We
have
don't
you
care about what you
that
talking about.
well,
wait
In
a
well,
minute.
well,
public,
I'm not
in
talking to you. I'm
public,
talking to
they're
Brandon.
more vulgar than we are. They
Okay,
like to call y'all
My
cunts.
friend, I
They
don't
call y'all
care. I
bitches.
don't. That's
They
not what
call
I'm
y'all
talking about
hoes.
in public.
In
I'm talking
public,
about
they
in a
talk the
public
same way.
sphere
They talk the
across
same
the
way in
board.
okay,
public.
guys,
In the
don't say
public,
the
it's
same
in
thing.
the
Guys,
music,
don't say the
it's
same
No,
thing
in the
over there.
film.
no,
It's
you
Okay,
just
it's
worship
it,
white men. That's it.
okay,
me.
Just
no,
say
no,
you
I'm
worship
married
white
to a
men.
black man, but I don't worship
Just
nobody,
say you
honey.
worship white men.
okay,
I
Okay,
don't
hold on,
worship white
you're
men,
married
honey.
to a
Can I
black
say something really
man.
quickly?
Okay, you
guys,
are very
guys,
emotional. You
guys,
have
guys.
some deep seated
You have
resentment, which
some.
could be heard before I even.
We're not diagnosing anybody today. We're not going back and forth one on one. Just stop the shit. It's just all the shit is just emotional. When
Can I
women
say
start
Yes, very emotional.
just let I get it, but also with you diagnosing, you have deep seated. Just let Alan talk, and because the just black men are gonna take offense when a woman says only black men do this, just like y'all gonna take offense when we say only black women do this. The reality is, in our society overall, it's acceptable to call each other bitches and hoes and niggas. Just look at the music we listen to. So when we say bitch or where, like, if you come to LA, a dude gonna tell you, yeah, that's my bitch right there. Like, if for his girlfriend, that's how they refer to their girlfriend. So to sit up and be like, only black men do that, like, no, like white dudes like the word cunt and slut and shit like that. We do have
Exactly.
different lingo that we use, but no, the dude, I'm telling you, all the worst shit you will see is white dudes doing it to white women, man. That's why white women started the feminist movement and recruited y'all into the movement, because they were getting straight obliterated by white dudes. Since the beginning of our time in America, black men have actually had to work side by side with their women. So we've always maintained a higher level of respect for our women than white dudes, who were more, they looked at their women, their women were more like just dependents on them, right? But since the whole situation happened where the men were like kind of, the whole breakdown of the black nuclear family for whatever reasons, there has been developed a certain attitude or relationship that's uh, disrespectful between black men and black women. But I think ultimately, I mean, Chrissy, I know you're from a background, from the islands, but I mean, God, I grew up in America. Like, I've heard women tear a man down worse than anything, and a dude just said nothing. Like,
I agree, and I've
you
seen it
bitch
too.
ass
I'm not
motherfucker.
denying that.
So it's both sides. It ain't just black men talking about black
Yes,
women. Black women
I
also,
agree.
they
Hey,
go at
Right.
black.
Brandon.
But I
Hey,
was
Brandon. She
talking
from the
about your
islands.
guest
Let's
in
let Alan go.
particular.
Let's let Alan go. Let's
Hey,
let Alan go.
okay, she
Yeah.
from the islands. That makes sense. They hate American niggas anyway, so
Here
that
we
makes
go.
No,
sense.
Here we go. This dude is so
Wow.
Go
toxic,
don't
ahead,
start
dude.
Alan.
that. Don't
You
start
need
that. Go ahead.
deliverance.
They
You
Okay,
hate
really
don't
niggas
start
do.
that.
anyway.
Don't start that. Go, Alan, go ahead.
All right. Yeah. The only thing I was gonna say is that I was gonna add the part that white men have different words for their women. They call them pigs. Man, they use cunts. They use different
Yeah.
terms. for their women, but they do a lot of the same things, and on YouTube too. But I what I wanted to say was I'm what I'm confused by is, Chrissy said that and she's a great guest. I enjoy listening to her
Me too.
most time. But why would you feel the need to defend this type of woman? She's really not a good representative of anything having to do with the average black woman.
I
Um,
agree, Alan.
you
And I
know,
wasn't defending. First thing I said, I don't know if you heard me. I
mhm,
said that what she's doing seems like she's destroying her family from what I've seen. I've seen reels. I haven't really followed her content, but what she
I,
did was very disrespectful, and I acknowledge that was
yeah,
disrespectful.
I,
But I was talking about the guy, the viral guy. He was
mm,
saying these, so he surpassed her. He went
oh, okay,
past talking about this individual woman and started
okay,
talking about these hoes, these
right.
bitches. You
Yes.
understand?
But he was,
And
but
that's where I said, well,
I
hold
get why
on
you're
here.
offended, but I get why you're offended by that. But I mean, he was talking about women like this. Any woman who would go out with a man and pass her number off in front of him and then be banging the same guy that same
That's sick.
night, and, that's kind of sick. And the thing is that women oftentimes will come on these platforms, pretend like they don't know women like this, but you do. You have, every woman has at least that one friend who they wouldn't trust
I
around their
don't.
man for 2 seconds.
Hey, can I say this real quick? I'm looking at the King of Queens YouTube page, and I'm noticing a pattern here that I believe might explain why she's doing what she's doing. Every video of her just with the kids gets triple digit views. 331 mom in the four minis, 331,000 views. Uh, uh, right here. Just her and just her and the kids right here. Hawaii fixes all things. It's just her and the kids. 585,000 views. Contrast that to when she's with her husband. We've moved 99,000 views. Another video with her husband. Um uh oh no, this one is with the kids. The boys aren't allowed to say whatever. 226,000 views. When you look at her views, she gets more views with just the kids than she gets with the husband. And I think she's noticing that. Karen, let me find out y'all been gatekeeping. Leave us with dogs. This is just a video of her by herself 3 months ago, 463,000 views. I think the white guy brings the view count down.
Right.
And she's just like, let me another day solo mommy vlog. Uh, 35,000. That must have been AI. Her with the two kids, 354,000 views. Her with the guy, her husband, 16,000 views. I think she's just recognizing a pattern with the views.
because a
And
lot because a lot of these women don't want men of any color. They
yeah,
they what they want is they want access to access to privilege, to of being with the man, or they want to have kids with good hair, or something like that. But they don't actually want the man. And once she was able to achieve a good move and some money and stuff like that, she was done with him. And so he got used. And if you and just by watching her, you realize that he is completely subservient to her, apologizing to her as she's humiliating him, you know and it's a freaking mess. It just shows that her needs are a never ending pit, that him or no other man was ever going to fulfill. Didn't matter what color they were.
he should have never even tried, bro. He should have left that hood right where she belonged. Real quick, guys, we got to play this video. Apparently, Rose's mom has went public, and she's basically calling her a liar. Okay, so let's watch this real quick. This is just getting juicier and juicier.
We got to watch this. Hey everyone, my name is Janarda. Hello everyone.
Her mama's sexy.
This is Janarda Makeup Sim. I am Rose's mother. And I got on here today just to let you guys all know that, first of all, we got
Wait, hold the phone. How your mom look better than you? That's crazy.
To watch this.
Hey everyone, my name is Janarda. Hello everyone, this is Janarda Makeupson. I am Rose's mother, and I got on here today just to let you guys all know that, first of all, I don't really do social media as deep as Rose does. I'm not into all of this, you know. I feel like
Y'all make sure y'all smack that like button on the way in, you guys.
this is defamation of character. So I must get on here and defend myself as a woman, as a real estate broker, as a book author, and as a mother. Rose is not my only child. I have other kids, 5 kids other than Rose, okay? And they're all adults right now. And I'm gonna get on here today, and I just want you guys to know, first of all, every single thing that Rose is telling to you is completely a lie. And I hate to say it like that. Yes, our family has had some issues. I've been hearing people have been calling my phone, emailing me, and all sorts of things. One thing I can say for sure, our family has had our ups and downs. But one thing I am not is a pedophile. I don't sleep with children. That is such a horrible thing to say, that the son that I raised, my stepson, that I took to football practice, every event when his father was running the streets. Yes, his father ran the streets. We had our kids when we were young. He had his child when he was young, younger than me. I think he had his first kid when he was like 14. He may have had his son. And he's a few years older than me. So yeah, we had kids young. And so, you know, we did our best in raising our kids and tried to have them in a good home. We were real estate investors and all of that good stuff. But at the same time, behind the scenes, as a wife, I was going through my issues. I was going through domestic violence, financial abuse, emotional abuse, and all of those things. It's funny how Rose is changing the whole entire scenario around. When I met my ex-husband, I was a sweet young lady that didn't even cuss. If you read my book, you would literally see he actually encouraged me. Why are you not cussing at your kids? Because I had 2 kids before I met him. I had my kids really young. I have a long story. If you read my book, you can find out. But anyway, I'm not trying to promote my book. I'm actually trying to clear my name, okay? So when I met him, he took on my son that was still an infant because my 2 kids' father had went away to jail, okay? And trying to get famous on the internet by using me. I got divorced 2003, my loves. That was a long, long time ago. I have grown, he has grown, and life goes on. The only person that's actually hurting and trying to get famous on the internet by using me and others is Rose Miller, okay? So the truth is that me and my ex-husband, he apologized to me one day, and I genuinely, we think that, he's understand what I'm saying. He beat me while I was pregnant with my the ones that just holler God and don't believe in him. I wake up to God. I'm a beautiful and awesome mother. You know what I mean? So I was homeless for probably like a couple.
Bro, what are we listening for?
So all I'm hearing is that you know, she has zero positive interactions with men, and it doesn't matter the race of the man who she's with. She has no way of understanding how to respect him or how to value him, even if he was good to her. I feel bad for her and her background, but
This is her mom, right?
That's her background.
Okay, so this is the woman who raised her. So now you see what type of woman that she is, because this is who raised her. Her mom is a fucking whore who's trying to get famous on the internet off her daughter, and she's trying to sell a book. Like, what are we listening for? She made a 30-minute video on YouTube airing her own daughter out. Like, the daughter that was in her womb for 9 months, she came to the internet to air her out. She's a whore. She's a failure. She's a terrible mother. And that's why she raised a whore. She raised a failure, and she raised a terrible daughter. Like, the cycle continues. What else is there to say?
I think calling her a whore is is a bit much.
You could think whatever. She's a whore, bro. If you get on the internet to air
dysfunction.
your daughter out, you're a whore.
I think a better way of saying it is that she was raised in dysfunction, and she was destined to breed more dysfunction without serious intervention.
You call it whatever you want. I call it a whore. Point blank period. Y'all be sugarcoating shit too much for me. That's a terrible.
I said the same thing you said, except in a more respectful way.
Listen, no, ain't no. This the problem. Y'all trying to respect people that don't deserve respect. If you get on the internet,
what I said wasn't positive about her.
Out, your blood children that you raised, that came out of your body, you don't deserve respect. You don't get respect for that.
What I said wasn't a positive thing to say about anybody.
Y'all crazy as hell.
I said it in a way that was polite.
I'm gonna say it in a way that's real. Fuck that whore. She's a 304 and a terrible mother. She raised a terrible
But
daughter.
you see what I'm saying? We said the same thing, bro. We literally said the same thing.
But you sugarcoating it. I'm not.
I said she was raised in dysfunction, and she was destined to reproduce the dysfunction.
Hey, look, you call it what you want. I'm gonna call it real raw and uncut, bro. These 304s got to get called out because it overshadows the real women, the respectable women that deserve the respect. It's women out here that's raising upstanding women who make society better. That's who we need to highlight and shadow with the spotlight. These bitches and these 304s like this, they need to be shunned. Go over in the corner in the darkness where you belong. You got a place in society too, because hoes make the world go round. But you don't get no respect.
Nefertiti, go ahead.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so about this whole situation, honestly, I will have to say here is that about this whole divestor dilemma and this divestor relationships, I gotta say this. Don't believe couples on social media. They might show you a happy life, a happy family and all that, but it's not realistic. And the fact that you have women who believe in all these type of fantasy stuff lets me know that you lack common sense, literally. It's telling that they faked it. And all the information coming out about this woman and her husband is very, very clear who the problem is. I don't know why people are sitting around defending this woman. It's clear that she's a 304, and I'm gonna say, and I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna keep it honest and I'm gonna keep it real. She's a 304, and women like her are the reason why so many people have problems with relationships nowadays. And I think it's time that we need to start being honest. Okay, I'm not saying all women are bad, because there's outstanding good women out there. There's amazing women out there who raise their families right, who are doing successfully in their marriages. I understand that. So not all women are bad. Not all Black women are bad. We understand that. Not all Black men are bad. You know, let's be objective right here. Not all people are bad, but we have to be honest about the bad apples in our communities. And I think it's time. Let's stop sugarcoating the bad apples. Let's call it out for what it is, and let's just be completely honest about these bad apples. Okay, these bad apples are the reason why we have a lot of dysfunction in our community, and I think it's time. And I agree with the Bar Way, even though you were passionate about it. Okay, you were too passionate about it. But I agree with you on this aspect. I think it's time we do shun these type of bad apples in our community. Because of these bad apples, wait, I'm going to let you finish. Because of these bad apples, they create this idea that all Black people are bad. These types are the ones where we need to start, nip it in the butt. You know what I mean? So I just agree. I think it's time we stop sugarcoating it. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, listen, I'm not somebody who disagrees with that. Of course, what her behavior overall should be shown.
Yeah.
Okay, going on the internet and creating this fake life, causing massive problems in other people's relationships based on a lie that you're telling online and creating a cottage industry out of it is terrible. My only point is that y'all are on my man's show, and y'all probably trying to get the man demonetized. Y'all keep on saying all this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
and all I'm trying to say is,
I see your point.
There's a better way of saying it. She was raised in this. It was insightful to see that she was raised in dysfunction. She reproduced that dysfunction, and she modeled it to a T. Only difference is that she was dealing with white man instead of Black man. It didn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
And I'm gonna say this.
No. She dealt with a white man. She got 2 kids by a Black dude.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, like I was saying, women who believe in this divestor, facade on social media. If you believe in divestor facade and you think the grass is greener on the other side, and you think a white man is the best night, I gotta say you must be one of the most stupid, delusional type females I ever seen. Because it's like all men have their flaws. All men could be good. There's some men out there who could be bad. You just have to use discernment when you're dealing with men instead of focusing too much on skin color. And I think, some black women, they tend to really, uplift and put white men on a pedestal, instead of just, like thinking objectively and saying, how about I find the right man? How about I find a good man, no matter what he is, right? And I really wish the same love and the same way we put the same love and same admiration, right, that we give white men. I wish we would do the same for our men, for black men. I wish we would have give all that energy for black men. And I think if we were to give all that energy for black men, imagine how far our community would have been. The progress we would be making if if we would come together as black men and black women together and start looking at ourselves with with love, with care. Like we love each other, we show ourselves affection and support each other and support our children. Imagine how far we would go if we were to give all that energy to each other instead of just bashing each other, and black women bashing black men and black men bashing black women. Like I said, objectively, but we're focusing on black women today, right? How the way we treat
Yeah.
our men. I really wish we would have treated our men so much better the way how we uplift and treat white men better. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let me
Yeah.
thank you. You're 100% on point as usual, Neff. Let me with that fan on in the background. She said it's hot in these New York summers. Uh, let me play the. I'm gonna play the original video. They actually did. She did all this shit in front of their kids, which is crazy. Like this girl is fucking off.
Show, putting on a show right now. You got mad. You spent all of our money. Yep. You got mad. You spent all of our money. Well, I should have said this. I should have said that. I don't know how much I don't stand up for you. You're trying to fight your mother online. Hey, Brett, what you doing? Okay. You know this whole argument I just had with my mother that you weren't listening to? Say some stuff about it. No, you said it more aggressive in private. Okay, since you didn't do it right.
So basically, he's telling her, like, bitch, you got mad at me because I did not stick up for you in a situation that I wasn't even in, that I didn't even hear. So then you went and you spent $20,000 of our money to basically buy a ticket for you to go back home. Now, I was skipping it and kept skipping it, so I'm very sorry, guys, but that's what he meant to say while I was on the live on the Taj Mobs. Shout out to Taj, that's my girl. But while I was on that live, basically JD was recording it. So I was hearing it and pausing it at the same time, like on my iPad, because this was all screen recorded through my iPad. So I'm sorry if I'm missing the little spots, but I will fill y'all in. She spent $20,000 of their money. Okay, so she did all that and got chaotic due to the simple fact that he did not stick up for her. When it came down to her mother, like, Rose, you're sick. You're sick. But let's continue.
But there's hoes.
So basically, like she looks at the white guy like he's her like personal bodyguard. So his job is to she makes the money on YouTube, and his job is to defend her from anybody who dares challenge her or say anything to her. So basically, he didn't defend her. So she's like, and women do this type of shit. I don't know why they do that, but a lot of women will be the first to talk about financial abuse. Women are the biggest financial abusers on earth because
Amen.
a lot of women, when they don't get their way, they will purposely go out and blow money that they know you don't have as a way to kind of like spite you, right? Because men provide the resources, well, we're supposed to, but we monitor the resources. Women That's why you see a lot of women who are single, they're in like so much debt because women will go blow money that they can't afford to spend like it's nothing. But men, we have to pay attention because we can't have sex with the landlord when the rent is due like women can. So we really got to be like, yo, I got to be, careful how I spend my money. This chick spent $20,000 of their money because she was mad. She's disrespectful. She's nowhere near the woman she tries to present herself to be on YouTube. Because not only are you hurting him, you're hurting your freaking kids. You guys live off of social media income. And you're blowing $20,000 on plane tickets. Talk about I'ma go home. Where are you going home to? You said you moved to Hawaii. Like, just throwing tantrums. She's not looking for a husband. She's looking for a father. And that's the role that she's put this man in, whether he knows it or not. But he even said that. He was like, oh, yeah, I give you, when she was like, she wanted to separate, he was like, yeah, I give you like 2 weeks. You're scared to even get on an elevator. You're scared to do this. You're scared to, listen, bro is dumb. This hoe ain't scared of, she ain't scared to hop on a dick. So she damn sure ain't scared to get on an elevator. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she ain't scared to sell her pussy in a casino in Las Vegas.
Oh,
But
and I
she's,
want to say
oh,
this. Oh, wait,
go ahead,
before
go
you
ahead,
say
go
it.
ahead, go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Sorry for interrupting you, but I had to say this point about the husband, the white man. I have to say this point. He's actually a simp because I don't understand how you have a woman like this who's playing you, who's basically using you, okay, and you went ahead and wipe her up. Like, seriously? And this goes on to what I keep on saying all the time. Men have to use discernment when you're dealing with women like this. Please use discernment. Just because she got a pretty face and a fat ass don't mean she's wife material.
And she has
Like,
neither one of those things.
right.
Like, I'm just keeping her, but she's not even mid. She's horrible. But you're right.
Man,
And like somebody keeps saying in the comments, she's totally self-serving. The guy
right.
doesn't understand, like, bro, she will drop you. Like, when I watched their story back in the day and she said he had to go with her to get her kids from her kid's father in Atlanta, this woman, any woman really who let a man take her kids out of state, she doesn't really give a fuck about those kids. Those kids are just
At
props.
all. Like, literally,
So,
this man is literally playing stepfather. She doesn't even respect him as a husband. She's literally using you as a play, like you're like the stepfather. Like you just build a stepfather. That's what you are. And
no,
he's
yeah,
not even realizing it.
Hey, but this the thing though. She's paying for everything. So who's using who?
right.
Well,
They're
Listen.
both
He's
using each
pretending.
other.
I know, but he's pretending to give a fuck about the kids. Meanwhile, he's not spending any money on the kids. He's just playing a role by physically being there. But she's literally paying for everything.
I
No,
think he,
So
I
no,
think,
no,
I think he
but
does. I think he does care about the kids.
no,
I
I
think what
think
she
he
did.
cares. Go
I
ahead,
think,
Alan.
I think what she did was she lured him out of his job and
Yep.
everything, going out there to Hawaii,
Away
and
from his family,
had him
all that.
stranded out there. And now she's gained control, and with that
Yep.
control, she gets to wield that over him, over at some place where if he messes up, you know what I mean, he's completely ass out, like thousands of miles away from anybody who knows him.
And you could
He
tell
he's
you
isolated.
you could
y'all
tell
think
she
he
could.
can get home?
No, listen. This. Look at the whole situation is this.
Y'all,
Bro does care about his kids. He does care about the kids. The thing with women like this, I got an aunt who's like this. She wouldn't even let her husband work, bro. Like, her husband, she wouldn't let him work. Every job he ever got, she forced him to quit the job, threatening to leave him, right? And then when they would argue, she would call him a deadbeat. You don't even work. Da, da, da. I literally have an aunt who was doing. This woman is controlling. She wants to be in control of everything this man does. That's why when he left to go back to the States, he had to go back for work. She went on the internet talking about he left her and I don't think he's coming back. She's just, I don't know if you guys ever saw this movie, but it's called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, right? It's a crazy ass movie. She's giving Whatever Happened to Baby Jane vibes. This girl is literally in psychosis. She has like mental issues. It's obvious. And he's basically on a roller coaster with this chick. Does he benefit from it? Yeah, but he has to deal with her craziness. Like, I don't know, like, this is how the women in my family are. Yeah, they'll pay for you, they'll pay for a man, but he's going to be dealing with some serious psychological issues just
he's
being around.
and he's there because the only reason why he's putting up with it is because he loves his children. And so the
Gotta
love he has
protect
for
them from her.
the love he has for his children is what she's using against him to keeping him to stay. Is one of the controls she has on him.
Oh, the children are totally the
Yeah,
manipulated.
she's a manipulative, narcissistic, self-serving idiot. And I have to say, as a man, you left your 100,000. It was 100,000 a year job, right? That
Yeah.
he had. I remember. I recall Brandon mentioning this. You left your job for this? Come on, like really?
She convinced him that
Why?
this was that they can make this their living,
But
and that all
No,
they had to do.
are you gonna believe
no,
a
she didn't.
woman?
No. She didn't
Hey,
convince him of nothing.
hold
She
on.
said, "Me and my kids are going to Hawaii, and if you don't come, you're not gonna be seeing them." And that's why he left. That's
Why y'all
this
acting like dude is defenseless? He a grown ass man. She ain't convinced him nothing. She
man.
Right.
he
Listen,
went with it. Like, bro is a grown ass man. Stop acting like she did black
no.
magic.
I'm telling you, man.
He's
My
a
aunt.
grown man, bro.
Listen, my aunt is just like this, man. Her husband, she literally used to use his kids as a manipulating tool. And a lot of men, when they know that the mom is unhinged, they'll capitulate because they feel like I need to be there to like protect my kids from this person. And women use kids to manipulate men. This lady is unhinged, bro. This lady Rose, she's off her rocker, bro. He's probably witnessed her beat the shit out of her two kids that's not by him. And it's like, hell no, you ain't about to do that to my kids. So he gonna be there. Like, that's the same thing my aunt's husband. He used to tell me, only reason I
If
stay is because
that's
I don't want
yeah.
her doing to my kids what I see her do to her kids that she got that's not by me. I
Yeah,
see that.
and one point is that if that's the case, then why doesn't he take custody of the children? Keep his job, and let her just stay away from the kids if she's clearly unhinged. Like
Do you, do,
these
do
are
you
the
know
red
what? Do you know
flags
what
that men
country we
should be
live in?
paying attention to.
Do you know what country we live in? In the United States, the courts favor the mother. The mother is going to retain
Yeah,
those
you're
kids.
right. But I mean, he could
Period.
fight harder. Like if he could fight harder, I
You
mean,
not get unless this woman is a cracked out meth addict, living under a bridge who disappears for
yeah.
abandons the kids for 2 months, 3 months at a time. She will retain custody of those kids. It's almost impossible to get custody of a kid away from the mom. It's damn near impossible.
Most you
She
can get
has
is
to be
50-50. Most you
yeah.
gonna get is 50-50.
The most you gonna get is 50. Like she gotta be the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
I'm talking about shooting up and putting the kid in direct, like women get away with putting kids in direct harm and still retain custody.
Hey, look,
You
this how
guys,
cold the court is, bro. The mom could be living in a shelter, and the dad has his own house. The kids have their own room, everything set up nice. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna take money from the dad to set the mom up so she can have somewhere to live instead of giving the kids to the dad. It's
right.
100% in favor for the women. She gotta like literally be shooting pistols in front of the kids while shooting up crack at the same time.
Yeah, she got to be involved in some high level crime. Y'all, listen, I'm telling y'all right now, it was a case that it's not new, but it happened some years ago where the mom boyfriend beat the kid to death. And the baby daddy have been reporting the shit to the court, has shit on video, have just been fighting to get custody of his daughter, and the baby daddy killed the daughter. The man was in court just, man, he was howling. He was howling at the loss of his daughter. And the guy was like, I told him, I showed him video, I showed him pictures of the marks on it. I brought it to court. I told her the court don't give a fuck. The court gonna keep that baby in the custody of the mama,
Because
no
the court
matter what.
because the court, the way the system is designed, is just a means of extracting resources from men.
Facts.
That's the only purpose it serves.
Facts.
Matter of fact, it's so bad that there are men out there who are not even the biological fathers of these kids, who are then put on the hook as being the legal father, and they get them to pay for it. They don't care who pays for it. They just want the money from the man.
Look,
That's it. So that
look at
so that the government doesn't have to pay all of the bill.
Look at this. Real said he has video proof of her talking down to him. He might have a chance. Y'all, like black people have comprehension issues. The court don't give a shit if she's talking down to him. The court will watch that video, and you know what the court will say? The court will say, both of you guys need to go to parenting classes. The mother will still retain custody of the kids because you guys engaged in child abuse by arguing in front of your kids. Rose could be damn near trying to kill him with a knife, and the court will still give custody of the kids to Rose. They don't, it's no question. When you
It's
go to court
disgusting.
against the child's mother, she will always have the rights to that kid over you. You as a dad are just a sperm donor, and that never gets brought up when the issue of men walking out and abandoning their families too. Men don't have rights to children in America. The mother has to establish herself as absolutely, totally, 100% unfit, and what she's doing is putting the life of the child in danger directly. Like, they're not taking it from that mom, because everything that is given to the mother by the state, they can come back and extract it from the father. All the welfare checks, food stamps, all that shit, they can come back and demand payment for it from the father. They know what they're doing. It's a racket. Let me play this other half of the video though, where she starts getting unruly.
In the wall because he likes to put his hands on people when he gets angry. He likes to punch holes in the wall and put his hands on people. So I just got.
So now she's saying, now she's suggesting that bro be abusing her. I thought he was your king and you worship the ground he walk on, and he has the emotional intelligence. This is the tactic of hood rats, man. This chick, now he's abusing you. This man, in my opinion, shows
probably lying.
Yeah, of course she's lying. This dude freaking shows the patience of Job with her ass. Like, he be sitting there. He's a beta. He lets you punk his ass all day long. Now you're going to say he hits you. Girl, you making videos every day. Where's the marks? Where's the scars? Some women like her, she's manipulated. She came from the streets. She knows the things to say to get all the women watching the live on her side.
Sometimes he gets aggressive and likes to punch holes in the wall and put his hands on people. So I just got to put it on live. He's talking about some wine when I haven't been talking the whole time. He's talking about, are you going to talk?
So you have to put this interaction on live, but you never put any of the other ones on when he beats you and hits you, put his hands on people and stuff. In my opinion, she's probably one who'll be trying to fight with him. She's from that street life.
Now he wants to say, are you going to talk? But there's holes in the wall because he likes to put his hands on people when he gets angry. So the way that he was just yelling while I was in a tub, but he likes to get angry and put his hands on
I have to
people.
say something.
You really screwed us, and you do this every single time. You really screwed us, and you do this every single time.
And so he's saying,
yeah,
basically she fucked him up financially. He said, you really screwed us and you do this every time. It's just a typical argument over finances. And instead of her saying, you know what, I was wrong, let me refund this shit, she's gonna make it into, he's abusing me, he's hitting me, he's doing it. A lot of women do this type of stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was gonna say this. She's highly, like, very manipulative, and also, what type of woman is she? Like, I don't understand this whole bashing man on the internet and bashing your husband on the internet, because to me, when you bash your man, you're making not only are you making him look bad, but you're also making yourself look bad. Okay, he's a bum, he's this and that, but what type of woman are you? You chose that man. I don't understand people bashing their spouses and bashing their partners. You chose that partner. If you know he was all of this and you saw the red flags in the relationship, why stay? Why have kids with him? Why married him then?
Hey,
Like,
Brandon.
make it make sense.
Huh?
And then while, oh, my bad.
No, go ahead. Finish your
Oh
shit.
yeah, and then while she's disrespecting him, she's like basically like emasculating this dude. Like, have respect for him. Like, this is totally disgusting, honestly. But go ahead.
This all I'm gonna say, because I'm finna jump off here. But the more rights we give women, the more we see why they never had rights in the first place.
Ooh.
Like, I'm to the point where we got to go back to like taking certain rights away from women, because when you give them too much freedom, they are out of control, bro. Like, they literally lead in the destruction of society. They need to be policed. I'm not saying they need to be slaves or no crazy shit like that, but certain rights, it just need to be taken away, bro. Like it's getting ridiculous, and we can see it every day. And we could say it's not all women, but let's be real. If you get a woman mad enough, they're all going to do the same things. They're going to go to the same playbook. They're going to use the kids as a pawn. They're going to come for your paycheck, or they're going to say you abuse them. It's only 3 things they can do, and they do it every single time. It don't matter what type of woman she is. We done seen it from the highest celebrity of the celebrities. Look at Jennifer Lopez. She makes like quadruple the money her husband makes, and she still won't have. She make like 400 million. He got 150 million, and she want half of that. Like, bro, it just don't change, bro. Women are just women. It just is what it is.
Which
That's
rights are you referring to?
You said what?
Which rights are you referring to?
Which rights?
Mm-hmm.
The rights over the children, number one, because they have 100% say so over kids just from the jump, simply because they carried them for 9 months. But if we look at actual quality of parenting, men is like crushing in every aspect. Like the outcome of children, if we look at the outcomes, men are crushing it in every aspect. But yet the courts will say, she's the mom, she carried her for 9 months, so she automatically has the right to these kids. The father has zero say so, and he has to fight tooth and nail to even get 50-50. Literally, like she could be homeless, and they will take money from the man and put her in a place in a home, even though she's not capable of taking care of the kids. Like the judicial system in America, as far as men and women are concerned, is fucking disgusting. And if you've never been to family court, which a lot of people who speak on these topics, they're ill-informed because they've never been to family court. They don't see the absolute insanity that these women go in there week in and week out, day in and day out, and put on these men. They in there talk about men are molesting their own kids. Like, it gets crazy. I've been to family court. I've heard it. I got friends who've been to family court. I done went to their trials.
I've been to family court.
Like, I've experienced this myself. I know how fucking crazy it gets. And these courts sit here and let these women utter this fucking lunacy in these courtrooms and still give them rights over the kids.
Yeah, well, that's a problem. I mean, they should do what's in the generally the best interest of the child.
Women can say anything in family court, make any accusation against a man, and when the accusation is proven to be false, there's no punishment, no record, nothing. Just he raped his own daughter. Like, there's women, like, I'm not even gonna lie, man. My mom made some shit up. No, my mom was married to a dude. And my mom wanted to get a divorce from bro so she could go and be in the streets. She accused the dude of molesting my little sister. The dude was in the Navy, bro. Was on a ship for like 8 weeks. And my mom just made up a lie. Like, yeah, he molested my daughter. Like, and the police came, arrested bro. Bro got disciplined by the Navy. And then it all turned out to just be pure bullshit. Like, my own grandma defended the guy, it was like, that's impossible because this dude was on a ship. My mom just wanted to hit the streets, bro. Like, did she go to jail? Did she get in trouble? No, she just made some bull. And people don't understand like how women get when they trying to like either hurt a man or when they're trying to like when they get competitive, like when they want like custody of a kid or they see money at the end of the rainbow or whatever you would call it. They'll just say and do damn near anything. I mean, if you'll sell your asshole to a stranger that you never even met, imagine what you would do in a courtroom to get money. Like, I'm not saying that to degrade women, but it's just the truth. Like, when it comes to money, women lose themselves.
I mean, let's say this.
A lot of women, not all. A lot of women just all rules are out the window for some women when money is involved.
I'm gonna say this. Court. Yeah, and I'm gonna say this. I feel like if you're a woman, if you're a good woman and you have good character and you're a good person, I mean, this message that they're saying right here should not really offend you. We're talking about the women who do the most degenerate behaviors.
Exactly.
That's what we're specifically talking about. So, like, for me, this message doesn't really offend me at all because it's like if you're a woman who don't do any of these type of things and you never like do the wrong things, I don't think this should like bother you. they're not generalizing women. They're just talking about the ones who are just the bad apples who are actually creating problems in society. And I feel like let's hold those types accountable. Let's not get offended. Let's hold those types accountable. And the good, real, outstanding women out there, amazing women out there who are, taking care of their families, who are doing the right thing, we see you and we applaud and we salute you. That's it. But like I
Yeah,
said, I think we gotta stop being offended by, oh, but not all women do this. Like I feel like if the message applies to you, then the shoe fits. If it
there's
doesn't apply to you, let it fly.
there's
Simple.
great women out here, and that's why, like, when you hear these men talk about, I just want peace, and my woman, your woman should be your peace and stuff, like, there's a lot of women out here who are just like they dealing with mental issues. They think that they don't look at they man, women will formulate a whole opinion on some shit based on some shit you never even said or did. Like, the way women could take a thought and just like build it up in their mind to the point where it just becomes totally real to them. Like, that should be like a superpower. Like, you don't gotta even do shit to a female. She'll be like, it feels like you're doing something to me.
Oh God.
Like, you didn't do that to me, but it feels like you're doing something to me. And I just burnt the fucking house down based on how I felt you did what I felt you did to me. Like, it's just sick. And when women get up and be like, why are you giving me that dirty look? But anyway, like, and then women defend it, and women know how women are. That's the part that's disingenuous. Women know how women are. That's why you see women, they really don't fuck with each other like that. And when they do hang around each other, the friendships don't last long. Women who've been friends for decades, they don't talk to each other every day. They might talk on the phone for a quick minute, but they're not interacting with each other on a day-to-day basis because women, when they what like they're hot, like, she's the best girl in the world for like 3 weeks, and then fuck that bitch. That bitch ain't shit. She did it because women know how women are. They know to separate from each other before they destroy each other.
Hey,
Let me
Brandon,
play. Go ahead.
this is my only thing, right? Women never call out other women on their bullshit. Never. Like, guys, we utterly know, like, okay, if he's a deadbeat, we not fucking with bro. Like, he don't have no respect amongst men. We're gonna hold him accountable if he's our friend. Like, hey, bro, you tweaking. You need to go take care of them kids, or I can't
Mhm.
fuck with you at all. We're not gonna be like, oh, but all men, or you don't know what he's going through. Like, it doesn't matter what women do. Women are gonna defend women like to the death. If a man even points out a woman's flaw, it's automatically men versus women now. Instead of, well, wait a minute, this bitch really ain't shit. We need to be like stepping on her. We need to be pointed out as women because she's making the good women look bad. But women get so triggered whenever they hear a man saying, hey, this is wrong. What she's doing is wrong. And now it becomes, oh, you're a misogynist and you hate women instead of you're pointing out the wrong that they're doing. Because I'm reading comments and all they're saying is, oh, you're emotional, this and that. That's a low IQ take. Anytime, and I'm glad, I don't know who was just speaking, but shout out to you, baby girl, because you the smartest one.
Nefertiti.
Shout out to Nefertiti. If it don't apply,
Thank you.
let it fly. None of what we're saying is about all women as a whole. The women who are upstanding, outstanding, beautiful women who help keep society going at the best rate possible, this ain't towards y'all. The things we're saying, it's not towards y'all. The shoe don't fit, so you shouldn't wear it. The only one that's getting triggered are the hit dogs, and that's why they're hollering. So if you don't want men talking about it, how about y'all in the sisterhood start kicking out the ain't shit bitches out the car? Like, look, we for the sisterhood, but we not for the bullshit. Y'all talking about men is hitting y'all and abusing y'all, and he ain't did shit. It actually was you that was hitting him. And when he finally hits you back, you want to cry abuse. But y'all don't want to call that type of shit out. So when we call it out, now we misogynist, we hate women, and this and that, and we emotional. Nah, fuck that. How about y'all start calling them out so we don't have to? How about that?
Okay, guys, look, we got to end this show. So we're gonna give all of our guests 1 minute to drop their final thoughts, and then we're gonna get out of here. We'll start with Neff. 1 minute, my sister. What do you think? Final thoughts.
I think the moral of the story is I have to start off with this. Black women especially, I think we need to start learning how to take some accountability. I feel like every single time when people try to hold us accountable, we take everything as an insult. Everything is not an insult. Okay, when people are holding you accountable, a lot of people are coming like they're coming with love. They want you to do better. They want you to improve in relationships, and also in friendships and every aspect of people that you meet in life. They want you to improve. Okay, like Black women, we always say that, oh, our image, we have a negative image, people look at us in a negative light. Yeah, it's because most of the time it's because of our behavior and our actions. If we really do not want people to see us in a negative light, I think it's time we change. And I'm not saying all Black women. Disclaimer, not all Black women. I know it's not all Black women. I know there's amazing Black women out there, but I'm speaking to the ones who keeps on causing problems and who keeps on, because, the negative, they always put the negative on the forefront. So the negative ones, I'm speaking to those ones. They need to change and they need to improve. Take some accountability, reflect, and stop the bullshit. Literally. So that
Thank
is like
you.
that's my my take on this.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, have a good one, Neff. Uh, we'll go Alan, and we'll let Chrissy get the last word. Go ahead,
All right.
Alan.
Yeah,
1 minute.
yeah, this was a good topic. I think the moral of the story is basically that we can't believe everything we see. We have to be aware that there are people who will use the trending thing and make it a cottage industry to enrich themselves. But behind closed doors, the same issues that they came into the relationship with are things that they still are struggling with. And we need to be aware of that. And unfortunately, what you saw there, that last thing you saw, that is how when a woman is not interested in you and it is not doesn't really want to deal with you anymore and the relationship is over, those are the type of fights that she will pick. That's almost all women, not just some, most. And so we need to be wise enough to get ourselves out of those situations. Staying for the kids is not a wise thing to do, like this white man is doing there. Because chances are, man, you could be someone where you could be losing contact with your kids anyway. You know what I mean? By the time she's done with you, it can get very dangerous for you. Men never move into a house with a woman when she especially if she has name on the deed and all that stuff like that. That's something you should do, because women love to take a man off his center, off his base when they're upset. And you need to men need to be more aware of stuff like that. And even my white brothers apparently need to be more need to be more aware of that.
Hey, the problem with women like that, the sex be good as hell. Like she look like she's a little freak,
Yeah,
bro.
she's crazy
Probably
as hell.
yeah. When they crazy like that, should be outstanding. So bro just caught up in the mix. Bro probably ain't never had no shit like that in his life, and he just like, damn nigga, I don't like I want to leave, but I got the kids, and she still, every she ain't fucking with me like that, but every now and then she'll have a moment of weakness and let me hit it. Like it'd be a lot of shit that plays into those situations. But I could like the best thing bro could do is just get the fuck out of there as fast as
Yeah,
possible.
please
Thank
go.
you, Alan. Chrissy,
Yep.
go ahead, my sister.
Yes. So just piggybacking off of what Nefertiti said, everything she said I agree with. But I still I would say that during this conversation there were definitely some generalizations that were thrown around. And I find that problematic. There are areas, definitely, as were pointed out on this podcast, that there are some Black women who are failing at. This one is, she's a good example. And there are areas where Black men are also failing at, some of them. I would never condone, a female podcast that's saying, "Oh, niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't." I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. Let's pump the brakes. Let's throw it back, and then let's kind of look at things in a bit of a deeper perspective. I still stand by what I said as far as the language that we use towards each other, um, especially where the generalizations were concerned. It's problematic. It's toxic. And it reminds me of kind of like after the plantation, Black folk would come out, oh, this nigga, this nigga, using the same language that we're used towards them. I think that, yes, this woman is a problem. yes, she is. Um, if you want to call her a prostitute, I think that would be appropriate based on her behavior. But the language itself, again, there was a lot of generalizations, which is a problem, and I'm never going to condone that or say that that's okay. So that's it.
Thank you so much, my sister. I appreciate it. Viral. Any last words?
Look, I'm gonna say this, y'all. I seen a lot of people complaining about the profanity. Check this out. We all grown, we all adults. It's 2024. The world that got too soft, it done got too sensitive. I got grown ass men in the comments crying about profanity. Pull your fucking skirt down, B. That's what's wrong with the world. Y'all too busy worried about how the message sounds and how it makes you feel with your emotions instead of listening to the actual message. If it makes sense, it makes sense. Like, I'm tired of the, oh yeah, that's a good point, but I don't like the way it make me feel. You sound like a bitch. Man up, bro. Some of the greatest leaders in the world use profanity. Did you ever play sports? Do you go outside to any average high school football practice? Them coaches use more profanity than you probably ever heard in your life. But guess what? It gets the job done. Stop listening to how it sounds and how it makes you feel, and listen to the actual message. If 1 + 1 is 2, it's 2. I don't give a fuck how it sounds. If it makes sense, it makes sense. So get used to it. I'm not going to change. I'm not here for your personal emotions and to make you feel good. We out here talking about real life situations that affect real life people's lives, and we've lived it and we've gone through it, and there's people that's still going through it, and sometimes you got to hear it real raw and uncut. So make sure y'all go follow Brandon, run his shit up, give him the donations, you feel me? Run over to the Viral Way podcast, share, like, subscribe to the channel, follow us. We're going to keep giving y'all the real raw and uncut. But all this sensitive shit, I'm sick of that shit. Like, I'm going against the grain. I'm going to be the black sheep on that. Fuck your feelings, fuck your emotions. Your emotions don't make reality, it makes your reality. But the world is bigger than you and your feelings. It is what it is. Real raw and uncut, the Viral Way. I'm out of here. Bang.
Hey, Viral got a girlfriend. She real nice. She don't act crazy or nothing like that.
She's watching the live. That's the crazy part. She in the comments.
She only talked to me crazy, but to him, she worships the ground he walks on. So he's speaking from experience. Like, and that's one thing with women too. You guys need to listen to the men who telling you who got the thing that y'all saying y'all want. Like, it doesn't matter whether you like his delivery or not. There's a woman who likes him. You know, they have a great life together. They take care of each other. They travel the world together, all that stuff. You're saying you want that, but you're fighting tooth and nail against a person who has achieved that, who's kind of like telling you what you need to do and change about yourself to get that. If he curses, I think when people try to hold you, like they try to like dismiss you because you're cursing, I think that's just a way for people to like try to censor people. Oh, you cuss, so I don't want to listen to it. Well, fuck you then. Go your own way. Like,
hey, the same people will be like, Bernie Mac is hilarious. I love Bernie Mac. And he
right.
Words. Like, shut the fuck up. You sound
I
like
ain't scared of you motherfuckers. That's funny. But if I curse, it's like they're trying to kill the messenger, bro. Like that's what that is. It's hard. I always used to say this. Name one thing black people have ever done based on somebody being nice to them. The white man had to beat your ass within an inch of your life just to get you to work during slavery. So we know y'all ain't gonna do shit. Oh, just be nice to the niggas. They gonna do it. If you be nice enough to them, get the fuck out of here, dude.
That's crazy.
No, but it's the truth. Black people know we ain't gonna do shit if somebody's real nice to us. Like sometimes you gotta get cut. Your damn mom used to have to cuss you out to make you clean your room and shit, nigga. Now all of a sudden, if you just said nice enough, I'm gonna listen to what you saying. That's bullcrap. Like we know that's bullshit. Come on.
We're very abusive towards each other. How are we looking as a community with all the abuse? We look crazy as hell.
Chrissy, I still love you though.
I love you too, Brandon.
The Bible says those whom he loves, he chastises.
Yeah. Chastise and beat beyond recognition is two different things.
It's Sunday, you might get a word. You know what I'm saying? You might get a word, Chris. You keep playing. Don't make me start turning pages on you. But yeah, I get it. You didn't like Mr. Viral's delivery, but
they're never gonna like it. They don't
But
like masculinity. They made you fall in
Oh,
love with
masculinity is cursing?
They
No, that's
made
not
you fall in
masculinity.
love with. Listen, go to the military. Go to the
I don't have to
military.
go
See
into the
how they talk
military.
to them soldiers and them cadets. You think they saying, "Please, soldier, can you get the drop down and give me 25?" No, that ain't how you get real shit done with real men. I'm sorry that you entered a man space where masculinity is on display, but this is how we talk. Go to the gym, go to the barbershop, go to any male-oriented environment, and this is how we talk. Sorry, ladies, you're just getting a dose of it. It just is what it is. This is how we talk. Sorry. Real raw and uncut. This is what it is.
Chrissy, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you caught your husband on this channel talking with us like how Viral's talking, would you leave him? Would you be like, oh hell no?
No, I wouldn't leave my husband over that, but I would be surprised. I mean, he's a very educated man. He can get his point across without all of this, the rah rah and it's just not necessary. I mean, I think people who are heard, people who are remembered for their message, it's the delivery does matter, because the delivery is you need to be heard. So just talking and yelling and barking at the top of your lungs and people cannot hear you because of the delivery is beyond the point. So
Name them.
I don't know about the cursing being masculine. It was the first time I'm ever hearing such things, but to each his
Actually,
own.
they say people who curse more are actually more intelligent. People who
Yeah, I
curse
saw that study. I mean, there are lots of studies.
So that's
I
all I'm
I
saying.
don't agree with that study.
And just going to school don't make you educated. That makes you indoctrinated. That's not really educated. You
I didn't
just
say he went to school. I said he was educated.
Okay, what makes you educated?
With read knowledge, experience. There are a host of things that make people educated.
Okay,
But I wasn't
knowledge.
necessarily talking about school in particular.
I have knowledge. I have experience. I probably done traveled around more of this world than y'all have. I probably done read more books than you. So what
You
makes
don't know that. That's all assumptions.
I
You
know
don't
said
know that.
probably.
I said probably. I'm making
Yeah,
an educated guess.
and I would probably say no. I'd probably
Okay.
say you're wrong.
What's the last book you read?
Oh God!
I'm
Yeah,
not
don't
going to get
start.
into that. You want to get into the weeds. I'm just not getting into that with
Okay,
you.
I'm just
It's
saying. If
petty.
people who's educated, they could just blurt it out like, "Oh, y'all read this book."
I can, but I don't have to prove
That's all I'm
myself to
saying.
you.
I'm just
People
saying.
who are educated also
I mean,
don't have to prove themselves to
I'm
people
not
they
I'm
never
not
saying.
met.
I
asking
mean,
you to, but you're
listen.
making these parameters of what's educated and what's not. So, an educated young woman like yourself, I would expect you to have read a book lately.
I
That's
have.
all I'm saying.
And an educated woman like myself doesn't have to put myself on display and perform for you either.
But you're on live performing for strangers anyway.
I'm
So
not
what
performing. I'm having dialogue, but me having to like answer your, rebuttal. What did you do this? And it's like I'm
so you got
I'm
an
not on
ego
an interview, so
So
that
you
I'm
got
not
an
going to
ego.
do.
So you got an
Guys,
ego problem. It's cool.
no, guys, come on. You and Chrissy, you guys have this whole thing.
Hey, because they think I'm just some dumb hood nigga because they see the tattoos and I talk real
I
bravado.
didn't even know you had
But
tattoos.
realistically,
Even I
I
think you're a hood
guarantee
rat.
you, could none of these people stand toe to toe with me with a debate on nothing, on no topic in life. Don't let
These are assumptions. Okay,
You ain't
you're the
gonna
smartest man on the
let
planet.
them
No
say
problem.
I just
you ain't
look
gonna.
like this. Don't get it confused.
I wasn't even thinking about your. I didn't see nothing wrong with the way you look. It's the words coming out of your mouth. But I
I
mean,
just sound
I
like
didn't.
this. Pick a topic.
I
Pick a
didn't.
date. We could debate.
No, there's no debate necessary. Everybody said
Okay.
their opinion. It was good.
All
I
right.
listened
I
to.
ain't think so.
I got something about Del Hanma. Apparently, somebody's telling me they donated to my channel, and I promised them they could come up. So I sent them the StreamYard link if they want to come up. Since I take care of people who donate to the channel. So y'all notice I put the Del Hanma, I put the StreamYard link in there since you want to say something. Other than that, man, Viral gonna curse. That's the way he is. Chrissy, she's
Hey,
a
shout
very
out to you, MJ. You've been in the military. My dad was a sergeant, a Green Beret in Vietnam. So I know how they get down in the real military. The military actually kind of soft now. I'm talking about like back when it was real.
Oh, they can't even curse at people no
They
more.
can't even curse now. I'm talking about back then, the Vietnam days. Like,
You
yeah,
want some
that's a different
cookies?
type of military.
Yeah, where people's getting their ass beat. But guys,
Shout out to Brandon though. Shout out to Ruckus, man. My boy.
yard open. All right, man. I'll holler at everybody. Thank y'all for being on. Chrissy, we love you, and sometimes we just gotta go at it a little bit. It's just the nature. But thank you for coming on. I appreciate your input. Guys, go check out Queen of Kings. The whole name of that channel is fucked up. But that girl is just toxic. Bro needs to leave that freaking prostitute where she at. Put her, dude, give her what she want, man. Just put her on the corner.
That's a movie, bro.
That's what she really want. But all right, I'll talk to y'all later. Till the next time. Peace and a bottle of hair grease.
Yeah.